We're just a week and a half away from playoff basketball. We need to talk about some potential first round matchups. Would we rather face the Hawks, Raptors, 76ers even? Also, if we get to the second round, would a healthy Cavs team be favorites over a healthy Detroit Pistons team? Let's talk about that and the fifth starter spot, which we've been talking about for a while now. Let's see if we can get closer to the answer. We're back on Cavs Daily. I'm your host, Paul Williams. Appreciate you guys being here with me. Cavs are about to tip off against the Warriors right now. We're getting this video in a little early. We will touch on that game tomorrow, but Cavs are going to win the game. Should win it comfortably. So I don't think it'll be any breaking news. But I did want to dig into some things that are coming in the very near future, like that first round of the NBA playoffs and the Cavs. Honestly, even if we did move up to third, it looks like whether they're in the third or fourth spot, they're going to play either the Hawks, Raptors, or now the 76ers, who have leapfrogged the Raptors, who've now lost two straight. The 76ers are tied with the Raptors right now at 42 and 34 apiece, but the 76ers hold the tiebreaker. So right now they're in the sixth seed while the Atlanta Hawks are a game and a half now up on both teams for the fifth spot in that Eastern Conference rankings. I personally, I still, even though Atlanta's playing the best basketball of the three for sure, they're probably the one I would want to face the most out of the three teams. I do have a bit more pause going against the Raptors or the 76ers. They both have firepower that I think is more dangerous in a playoff series. If the Raptors have Scotty Barnes, RJ Barrett, Emmanuel Quickly, Brandon Ingram playing at a high level, they could win a game or two in a playoff series just off of that talent alone. Same with 76ers, but to an even higher degree with Paul George back now. He's been balling now. He's had 20 plus in four out of his five games back, dropped 39 last night. He's been playing very, very well. Also has had at least three steals in three of the five games. So Paul George is back and looking honestly like vintage Paul George. That spark has really helped the 76ers as they've won 7 of their last 10. Joel Embiid is back as well. So they have their full complement of guys. And Maxey and Embiid, and then you factor in guys like Kelly Oubre, VJ Edgecombe, and Paul George playing at even close to this level. Maybe he doesn't sustain this, but even close to this, that's a threat for sure. That's a tough out. And the 76ers, I think, could give the Cavs some problems for sure. I still see the Cavs winning any of those playoff series, but those two teams I'd rather not face. And it's give me the Hawks if I had my opinion. The Hawks give up the most defensively. Them and the 76ers both give up about 116 points per game, while the Raptors hold teams to 112 points per game. Of course, the Raptors have had very good regular season success against us, beating us three times in I think like a month span early in the season. And yeah, the Hawks, while a good team and very hot, honestly, probably the hottest team in the NBA the last 3 weeks, a month, or at least in the Eastern Conference for sure. I still just don't think they have enough to be ready to really push a veteran team in a playoff series. And I just feel like it'd be more like the Miami Heat matchup last year where the Cavs just had too much for a Miami Heat team that was like they had their moments throughout the season, but they just weren't ready to really compete with a top tier team. And I think that'd be the case in this situation. So right now, if I had to rank who I'd want to face, I'm going to say the Hawks number one. It's so tough between the Raptors and 76ers because of different reasons. Just how we've fared already against the Raptors scare me, but the 76ers higher end talent scares me as well. But I'm going to go Raptors 2 and 76ers are the team I want to stay away from the most, especially if they're fully healthy for sure. That's where I'm at with it. What do you guys think? Where do you rank these three teams as potential first round matchups? Which would you most want to face and least want to face? Let me know. And in the second round, if things work out the way we're hoping, we stay in the 4 seed, uh, win the first round, and if the Pistons hold up their end of the deal and they win their first round matchup, which team would be favored in that second round showdown, given both teams have relative health? Like Cade is back, playing at close to capacity for the Pistons. Jared Allen is close to 100% for the Cavs. Tyson and Wade are back for the Cavs. Would the Cavs be favored? I think they would for sure. I mean, pretty much all sports books have the Celtics and the Cavs as the co-favorites to win the Eastern Conference. Off that alone, I think logic would tell you that Cavs would be at least slight favorites against the Pistons. The Pistons having home court will help them get a little extra juice early before the series actually starts. But I think the Cavs would be favored in a series right now with everything equal, and I think they should be. I mean, our roster up and down is a squad that should be able to beat the Pistons team, their roster up and down, 9 times out of 10 in a 7 game series. I think I truly believe that. Like, we are just a much better team than them. And yes, we can harp on some of the flaws we've had throughout the year, but they've had their flaws, they've had their ups and downs. And while they've had a wonderful regular season for them, no disrespect, I mean, it truly doesn't matter once you get to the playoffs. We saw that firsthand last year. Pistons are going to win upper 50s. That's huge for them. Great jump. Can JB and the crew do it in the playoffs? I don't know. I'm not really a believer yet, and that's just where I'm at. And I do think the Cavs would and should be favorites in that second round matchup. But we touched on it before. The Pistons got to get there first. I honestly don't think it's a guarantee they win their first round matchup. Like, they're gonna possibly face like a tough Charlotte team, or maybe Orlando, or maybe Philly even. That won't be as easy as people think for the Pistons. So they might have a little trouble in the first round before they even get to a potential second round matchup against the Cavs. Either way, the Cavs will be favored, and we will get it done. We're getting that dub. But who will be that fifth starter for the Cavs in that series and just going forward in the playoffs? Obviously, knock on every type of wood. Donovan, James, Evan, Jared, all locked in. And then who will it be in that last spot? I'm still like leaning towards Max Drew, especially with Wade and Tyson both out of course. It makes this even harder to really lock in, because no matter what, if we like it or not, Dean Wade was a serious candidate to get that fifth starter spot. I mean, Kenny Atkinson showed that. Tyson was a dark horse to get it as well. And I mean, Sam Merrill's also thrown in that mix, but he was out last game, should be back tonight. But yeah, it's still up in the air for sure between those guys. I think if Wade and Tyson could come back and play at least a couple games before the regular season ends, Wade's still a candidate to start in that fifth spot, unfortunately. My vote, though, is for Max Strus. I think, I mean, just seeing everything being equal, him being out there with different rotations, and just him being out there in general, being back, playing basketball close to as healthy as he could hope to be, coming off the injury that he had. He's playing good basketball. Like, he is not ever going to be a consistent 23-point per game scorer. But what he does do is he's going to get hot some games and can literally win you a game. He's going to always bring intensity, hustle, a veteran work ethic, veteran championship experience. Like, he brings a lot of intangibles to the table that you really can't teach. He's also 6'5", 6'6", so he can really stretch and play that small forward if needed. He's been rebounding the basketball really well so far since coming back off the injury as well. He's had 4 games with at least 6 rebounds. And I just like him in that fifth spot. I think he complements the other guys well. He doesn't need touches really to impact the game. He's going to get the ball just off of flow and the momentum of the ball moving, and he's usually going to take advantage. He's dropped a 29 ball and a 24 ball already this season, just showing how dangerous he can be once he does heat up and get comfortable shooting that basketball. He's shooting 48% from three so far in his 7 games, 51% from the field. His defense is getting better every game. He's averaging 6 rebounds to go along with 12 points. Sam Merrill, love him, but I think he's a good weapon off the bench. Dean Wade could be versatile off the bench. Tyson Swiss Army knife off the bench. Max Strus needs to be that fifth starter, boys. That's who I'm rolling with. Am I right? Am I wrong? What do you think? And to wrap it up today, guys, I just wanted to touch in on a few of your comments in response to my most recent video that dropped talking about the loss to the Lakers and LeBron kind of, sort of, possibly, maybe coming back, things of that nature. I put it out. You guys responded. Now we hear from you. First of all, I do want to say once again, like always, I appreciate you guys every time you engage with me. Keep it up, and I'll keep talking about it. First, we got my boy El Sizzle 23. He said it was very clear they weren't trying to win in LA. Funny, ridiculous, insane how the online Cavs fans always have a meltdown in these situations when it's pretty obvious what's going on. Kind of facts, he's not wrong, guys. I do sometimes see that, and I do kind of feel like it was a game that the Cavs, I'll just say, were comfortable and good with losing and weren't really sweating, fighting till the end. And then another legend of Cavs Daily, Mona Moreland, 6065 said, if we keep playing the position games, I'm sure Atlanta would love the third spot. And I think that's a funny point because technically Atlanta could still shoot up and leapfrog both the Cavs and Knicks and take that third spot themselves, pushing the Cavs and Knicks into a first round matchup in the 4 and 5 seed. That would be insane. And that would kind of be karma for playing around and trying to play the position game and stuff. So I think it'd be interesting. Don't know if it'll happen, but yeah, I mean, I love when you throw crazy stuff like that out there. Keep it coming always. Then Olivia said, losing on purpose is definitely an interesting strategy. I've never thought about it before, but until recently, but it does make sense. I agree, though, about the mentality behind using that kind of strategy. Feels a little weak because, of course, you want the team to be solid all the way around and confident that they can win no matter what. Facts. Can't say if I fully knock it or not yet. Play smarter, not harder. Question mark. I don't know. Great video. I love the quote at the end. Should they play smarter and not harder? I mean, I guess that's the question right now, and that's what the Cavs coaching staff are weighing out. We'll see how they approach these next 6 games, but just get to the playoffs healthy. That's all I care about. Another great comment from Olivia. Then Scott Richards said, no worries. Cavs looked fine when Allen was in the game. Loss was planned. Manipulation of playoff seeding. Nixon slump and Cavs want Pistons in the second round. Facts, the Cavs do want the Pistons in the second round. And I can't say for sure whether they're manipulating or not to make that a certainty, but yes, they definitely do want to have the Pistons slotted as their second round matchup. So they want to stay in that 4 spot. And there was a lot more comments on different sites that this was posted on. But I just wanted to touch in with some of the core that always drops in, and I appreciate that a lot. So wanted to give you guys that shout out. We're going to wrap it up for today, guys. About to catch this game, watch the Cavs get the dub in Golden State. We'll say final score 127-112. Cavs win. What do you think? Well, don't answer that because the game will be over by the time you watch this. But let's see if I'm wrong, right, if I'm going to look silly. Either way, come back and check out what we have to say tomorrow.